Deep. Yeah. Hello, I'm Game Master Dave. Welcome once again to another Game Master Dave's live show, right here on the Long Island Tabletop Streaming Network. If you, I hopefully you got I got my magical cloak. I got my sword in case you start any trouble here in Waterdeep. And I got my tricorn hat. See, isn't that beautiful? Isn't it? It's just gorgeous. So here we are once again going to talk about some games. So let's level up. All right. So I have been playing a ton of stuff recently. I've been playing some Stellaris, and I hope to play some right after this. Yes, it's Gervais. My name is Gervais. Hey, Bill. Nice to see you. Gervais says hi. Okay, so I know Bill likes to play Lords of Waterdeep, so I'm happy he's joining us tonight. Okay, so I am playing some Arden 44 on Vassal. I am playing some Stellaris on Steam. I'm playing Close Combat on Steam. I am learning this game. I know none of you have ever heard of it. It's backwards. I don't even think I can pronounce it. It's Gelfs and Gebelines. It's medieval combat in the 13th century, early 13th century. So I'm learning this with my friend Anthony. And I am looking forward to eventually playing games with all of you sitting across the table soon. Also, I'm playing Out of the Park Baseball. And well, I know I'm missing a whole bunch. Oh, I'm playing with Bill, who is that right there, LI Giants fan. I am playing Downforce on Board Game Arena, and we are also playing Through the Ages on Board Game Arena. Whoo, too much going on. So also I'm playing D&D and Call of Cthulhu and Twilight 2000. When I start listing the number of games like that, and I still get a ton of stuff done. It's amazing I get anything done, but I have my magical cloak so I can accomplish a lot in a daytime. Yes, I certainly can. Yeah, so what did I see Lords of Waterdeep is a great game. Yes, that's right, Bill. Okay, so let's talk about Lords of Waterdeep a little bit. Here on the Game Master Dave's live show, we don't really teach how to play, but we just cover the basics and give you a general idea of what the game is about. So hopefully you will think about picking it up at some point. Or playing with somebody at a convention or whatever. And we've got St. Patrick's Day. Yes, I'm not wearing any green whatsoever. But the Harpers are here, and they'll be playing tonight in the Lords of Waterdeep. And look at the little symbol. It's a little harp. It's very nice. And so they do a dance. Dance, 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 dance. Irish dance. All right, let's talk about Lords of Waterdeep here. Yes, I'm being ridiculously silly. I hope people enjoy that and don't think I'm a nutball. All right, so here is Lords of Waterdeep. It's rated 7.8 on BoardGameGeek.com. That is unbelievable. Ginger and I like to say anything over 6.5 is really good. The overall rating out of more than 100,000 games on BoardGameGeek.com is 71, and out of strategy games, 70. Crazy. It came out in 2012. It's for 2 to 5 players, ages 12 and up, and could take up to 2 hours, maybe even a little longer. Weight is 2.46. I think they say it has that kind of weight because there's a lot of things going on. The designer is Peter Lee, Rodney Thompson. Artist Eric Belisle, I think, Stephen Belladin, Zoltan Boras, Nora Bradley, and 29 more artists. And the publisher is Wizards of the Coast. Okay, so this is one of your classic worker placement games. It's already been out for 9 years or so. And so you have some workers that you have. And the objective is essentially to get victory points, worker placement game with scoring victory points. And there's multiple ways to get victory points. One of them is just straight up money. So for every 2 coins at the end of the game, you get a victory point. Other ones is collecting these tokens. Each one of these is worth 1 victory point, and I'll show you how that is done in a little bit. One of the main ways to collect victory points is by completing quests. So you can see this is a commerce quest on the top left. And in order to complete this quest, I'm going to need a white cube, a orange cube, and a black cube, and those two squares are money. So I'm going to need those cubes and the money. And the reward is 4 victory points. And put one building. Well, then there's sometimes there's other text and stuff like that and what you can do. Now, what are those cubes? Okay, those cubes are the adventurers, and so you need to go around and collect your adventurers. And the adventurers, these are clerics, and these are warriors, and these are thieves, and these are sorcerers or wizards or magic users. So depending on where you place a worker, you can collect different things. So if I place a worker in Blackstone Tower, I get a purple cube, a wizard. If I place a worker in the Field of Triumph, then I will get 2 fighters. So you can see basically how that works out. Hey, we just had a couple people join us, and just so you know, Gervais is watching you. Play Lords of Waterdeep. Yeah, that was Gervais. This is Game Master Dave. If you've never played Lords of Waterdeep, we do highly recommend it. Oh, those people left already. I scared them away. Okay, so oops, that's supposed to be turned over. Okay, so basically you start the game. You get a random lord. So we're just going to flip one over here. Everybody doesn't know what the other lord is because this is another way to get victory points. Basically, depending on what lord you drew, this one says at the end of the game you score 4 for each piety quest and each warfare quest. So this is a way to get a lot of bonus points at the end, but that means we're going to have to search for those piety and see, I don't have any here. I have a skullduggery and I have a commerce. Oh, I have a commerce. This guy was commerce? No, he's piety and warfare. So I'm definitely going to want to try to complete those quests, find those quests and complete them. Now, intrigue cards, everybody starts with 2, and there's other ways to get intrigue cards. These things can really mess up the game. They can give you really cool stuff, or it can mess up your opponent. So intrigue cards are very, very good. And so you want to get those at some point. This is a start player token. Start player starts with 4 gold. We go around the table, everybody gets 1 additional gold. And when it's your turn, you place 1 worker, and you can try to complete a quest. Now, there's more quests that you can get. So there's 4 quests currently on the board that you can buy from. So let's see, there's an Arcana. Oh, there's a Piety. So we may want to get that Piety if we're playing with that guy. There's another Piety and a Skullduggery. Now, we can complete any quest, but remember that if we complete this Piety quest, it's not worth 4 victory points because we have that leader. It's worth 8. I'm sorry, it's worth not 8 victory points, it's worth 12. So we add 4 essentially to each one of those, and we don't tell our other opponents that that's what we're trying to get. So how do you place a worker? Well, you just take a worker, and let's talk about each one. I can put one down here, and I get the start player token, and so next turn I'll go first. And by the way, the game is only 8 rounds, and I did forget to set something up. These little tokens go on these buildings to incentivize you to build some buildings because you get a victory point plus the effects of the building. And then if nobody gets and buys any of these buildings in round 2, another one goes out here. So some buildings might have several tokens on them before they are purchased. But anyway, so Blackstone Tower we talked about. You're gonna get a wizard. This one is you're gonna get 2 fighters. Let's go around over here. This one's you're going to get 2 thieves. This one's you're going to get 1 cleric. This one's you're just going to get straight up 4 money. Okay, so now this is the Cliff Watch Inn. This is unique. You can choose which one of these spaces you want to go into. If you go to this one, you get to draw a quest card from one of these 4 that are here, and you get 2 money. Now, if you draw this one, you get a quest card and an intrigue card. And if you go here, basically all 4 quests go into the discard pile and 4 new quests are brought out. So if none of those are helpful to you, that's a way to reset the quests that are available. That's cool. Now here's a really interesting place, the Waterdeep Harbor. The first player that goes here gets to play an intrigue card. Now you can play one of your intrigue cards. Now what's interesting, look, there's 2 more spaces here. What does that mean? Well, only 1 player can go to Castle Waterdeep or the Blackstone Tower each round. So if I go here, then the other players can't go there until we've placed all the workers, and then we take our workers back home and we go to the next round. But 3 people can go to Waterdeep Harbor and get an intrigue card. The other thing that's cool about Waterdeep Harbor is that at the end of the round, whoever is in this leftmost space actually gets to place this worker somewhere else. So it's a way to play an intrigue card and get another turn to go somewhere else. So that's really interesting. The other thing you can do is Builder's Hall. Now, what does that mean? It means you're going to build one of these buildings. You have to pay the money that's in the top left corner. You would get any victory points that are on that location. You would take the building and you'd place it somewhere around the edge of the board. You'll see that there's all these empty spaces that buildings can be on. And then you would take one of your markers so that we know who built the building. This is the marker for the guys that I'm playing, which I got rid of their play card. Oh well. So this is the marker for that. So I know that this is. Now, why do we need this marker here? So now this is a new building that somebody can put down here. This one says place 4 coins on here. And at the beginning of every round, put another 4 coins on here. So another player, let's say if the Harpers, and I owned it as the blue player, the Harpers went here, they would get whatever money's on this, right? That's cool. But look, there's a secondary effect. The owner also gets something on the bottom of this building. So I would get 2. They would take the action space, but since the building belongs to me, I get something else. So look here, the owner could get an intrigue card. There's another intrigue card. Let's look at some of the other buildings. There's a ton of buildings to choose from. And they all come up randomly. Look, the owner gets some money. The owner gets 2 victory points. And this is every round that somebody plays in that building. The owner gets a cleric or a thief. The owner gets 2 victory points. So you can see that you could get an engine going by building buildings. But you don't have to build a single building in this game. You can win this game by quests. You can win this game by getting other bonuses. You can win this game by maybe intrigue cards will give you additional stuff. So there's lots of cool ways to play this game. And the components are really neat. I just like it. They got all these different colored cubes. I mean, that's pretty standard. You do get that in a lot of games. But look at the coinage. It's really neat. These stand for 5. These are 1s. It's just sort of unique, and it's good quality components. And there's a ton of intrigue cards. There's a ton of buildings. There's a ton of quests. There's expansions for this game. So Lords of Waterdeep. There's also lots of leaders. You're never going to play with, the same mix of lords. So there's all different kinds of lords that are available. So we highly recommend playing this game. Check it out at a convention or pick it up if you've never played before. It's really fun. I've had a great time. And look, a 7.8 rating on BoardGameGeek.com. You can't go wrong. All right, so that's the end of our little run-through. Please send me any comments, questions, concerns to Dave at GameMasterGames.com. We'd love to hear some feedback from you. There's my Facebook page too, Game Master Games. Also 3 stores on Long Island that we highly support. I've got a semi-daily blog on Game Master Games. Ginger's business, she's starting to take some phone calls and some business stuff. Opportunities for her wedding officiant business coming up late in 2021 maybe, or definitely 2022. She's booked a couple weddings for 2022 already. Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, I'm on Over Coffee. That's at 6:30 in the morning. We talk games and a whole bunch of other stuff. And yes, we can't wait till our next board game night. We're going to probably do something on Board Game Arena. We'll figure that out. And also, I think we decided today, the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, we're going to do some stuff in the afternoon too, play some games. There's my Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and my Board Game Geek account. So check all that out. You can freeze this video if you want to check it out or write it down or link on it somewhere. And thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Gervais is very happy you came. So, Gervais says, until we meet again, across the what? I'm from the Middle Ages. I don't know what we might meet across. Across Waterdeep. Then keep your swords dry and your thieves ready and your kitty cats strong kitty cats. There she is. That's right. Gervais says good night. I have no idea what's going on. By the way, as a reminder, we're fully scripted. We've written this all out in advance. Good night.